building your own system. Okay, makes sense.
No, I'm creating a cheaper infrastructure لأنه الانفراستراكشر الصراحة بحد ذاتها it's sorry بس في كثير ناس
بس نكمل بعدين إذا بدك أسعد.
لما انتبهت same code.
Yes, I'm still waiting for people to join. And she 20 people registered. We are only 8. So if we could come شوي إذا بدكم ما بيأثر.
لا هو أسعد also how would you solve the connectivity issues? Can you guarantee إنه internet بلبنان will always be stable enough to connect?
sorry ما سمعت السؤال.
عم بسألك عن connectivity issues. How can you guarantee that?
connectivity issue satellite connection من Starlink يعني.
Okay. Fair enough. But I don't think Starlink is operational أو ولا بلا is لبنان.
I already have a Lebanon installed يعني أعمل لك before starting on AI I was working on infrastructure so solar و internet. Now next step I will create a small cluster. But before create the cluster I want to ensure I have the client for it لأنه it's upfront investment. That's why now my clients are on the cloud but they are paying expensive. Next step is to move them to a cheaper infrastructure.
Great. Sounds amazing, man. Good luck.
It's a step-by-step process. Yep.
Good luck.
Okay, I think
Thanks.
we can start. Thank you, Asad and Chris. I'll begin first to share my screen just to share some news, and then we can go to Chris for the questions. Okay. So, can you see my screen?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. So welcome everybody. Awashi, thank you Chris for joining us and for giving us your time. بس بداية بدي أعرف شوي عن Cedar Quality Lab اللي ما بيعرف. When I first created Cedar Quality Lab, my goal was to create a culture. لأنه we always talk about development, but we never talk about testing and quality assurance. So that was my main purpose when I first created Cedar Quality Lab. What is our vision and mission? أول شيء create a culture مثل ما قلت, create a community. We are already 170 plus community members and we are growing. Who adopt the shift left mindset in QA, which is integrate the QA from the beginning. So as I said, we are currently 170 plus members. We are hosting a second in real live event soon. وكمان working on a QA course to cover the fundamentals in quality assurance. And thank you so much. So Chris, the floor now is yours. Thank you so much for your time. And Command, the floor is open for everybody to ask some questions. So yeah.
Okay. Hi everyone. Thank you, Elias, for hosting me, and thank you all for joining. If you don't know me, I'm Chris. I'm the founder and CEO of Zaka. Also Zoghbi.ai. I've been heavily involved in AI for the last around 10 years. Happy to answer your questions or talk about any topic you'd like to discuss, as long as it's around AI. So let's get started.
هلا في بالفورم أنا حطيت إنه questions you want to ask for Chris. So one of the questions يعني إذا بدك كمان the most frequent question, how can I fully utilize AI؟ لأنه اليوم كثير عم ينحكى بكيف بدنا نستعمل AI بحياتنا, maybe to make more money, maybe to automate things. So إذا بتحب تخبرنا your experience كمان أو your هيك knowledge about this.
Okay, هلا AI is a big field. يعني how can I use AI can mean a million different things. But I believe إنه ترجع لكل شخص, right? Every person شو background and what they're doing. يعني if someone is ما بعرف إذا الكل هون جايين من نفس background, they're all developers ولا في عنا عالم that are non-technical. As for example, a developer can use AI to write code faster, to ideate, to do many things, let's say build development work, while someone who is into marketing can use AI to um, brainstorm. يعني بالنهاية AI is a tool that is helping us be more efficient and execute tasks faster, be more creative, etc. So what all AI هون كمان I'm talking about this Gen AI tools that are now very popular. Um, but I believe the question is a bit broad. لأنه again AI is not like one thing that's like a specific. It's a field. It's like saying how can I use technology? Technology can mean a million things. يعني. So I believe it's about understanding what I need and figuring out the tools I need to execute my tasks. So yeah, that would be my answer to this generic questions. But if you guys didn't give me like a specific use case or give me more about your backgrounds, I can tell you more how you can leverage AI. Since we're a small uh, group, would it be okay if, let's say, people introduce themselves, like make it a casual,
Yes.
maybe if you can guys open the cam, or if not, it's fine. Just unmute, say hi, talk about your backgrounds. Let's get to know each other.
Yes. يلا ما تستنى.
هل هلا أنا راح أبلش. I'm Noura Saad. My background previously 10 years ago was in software development. هلا عم بعمل more coaching, testing and agile team development. So sorry ما في دور الكاميرا أول شيء. مش عم تدور معي وتاني شيء I might have to drop in like 15 minutes.
No worries.
Hey, Nura.
Hi, my name is Lara Yassine. I graduated last year من الBEU. I started freelancing شوي بالويب بس now I'm interested in AI و I wanted to know إنه كيف الواحد يبلش to have like بالويب it's very obvious you can have projects like websites applications هيك بس إنه AI I'm not sure how to start with it.
Thank you, Lara. I can answer you quickly if you want. Um, like, so if you're already developing websites, let's say, using whatever tools you're using, there are different ways that you can use AI. So first of all, you don't have to become an AI engineer to use AI, right? There are two separate things. You can either decide to say, okay, I'm another software engineer. I would like to learn about how can I build AI systems and go through the process. And there's a whole roadmap of things you need to learn to become an AI engineer. Or you can keep working on web development projects, but integrate AI through APIs and features that you are building, right? So these are two separate things. One of them would be easy to do, and you can just when building these applications, you can integrate some intelligence layer, let's say, smart features where you call an API from any of these AI providers and make your solution a bit smarter, make some features like interesting. This is easy to do لأنه you're a developer, so you know how to call an API, you know how to read documentations, what I need to send, these details. يعني. But if you're interested in becoming an AI engineer, which you don't have to, but if you are, then obviously there are different things you need to do, starting from learning the foundations of data science, how to work with data, and then you have to move into machine learning algorithms and deep learning algorithms, understand what they are, how they work, how to build these models. And then again, the sky is the limit. And there's a lot of stuff that is happening there. But so nowadays, you don't need to do that. In a lot of cases, you just need to call a few APIs and understand how to connect things together. So hopefully this clarifies a bit your journey. But if you have more questions, you can dive into it.
بس do you think إنه الويب وهالقصص يعني are dying because of AI؟ لأن I was reading about it و I'm interested to know like your opinion on that.
هلا I would say it's dying بس إنه if let's say all you do is just build one simple one page websites مثلا, then yeah, obviously in the near future AI can just do that if not already now. If you need to build a basic website, it's easily done by AI, but AI is not gonna replace completely developers, right? لأنه يعني it's good at creating few things, writing some functions, accelerating your job, but not completely taking over a whole project and doing things from A to Z. And especially when it comes to production level quality code, يعني, right? It messes up. يعني vibe coding, if you've heard of the term, it's a fun thing to do, but it's not actually, it doesn't work at scale, doesn't work in big projects. So as a developer, it's not like AI is going to take over completely your task, but instead of spending, I don't know, a full day writing the code for something, you can, do that in 2 hours because you offload some of the functions, some of the logic to AI, but you're still in control. You're still figuring out, the architecture of the system and then what you want to write and stuff like that. So what AI is doing, for example, is if someone who is non-technical wants to launch a product or launch their startup, for example, instead of getting someone to build their website, I can just do it over AI, like a simple one pager, basic HTML, stuff like that. Sure, you can do that. What's the worst case that can happen? Yani, some design elements that might overlap or something like that. But you cannot build solutions, right? Applications and advanced things completely using AI. It's gonna mess up a lot of the things. So I wouldn't worry about that. I would say if you're a developer who understands how to use AI, you're going to be more efficient and faster, and quality is better. So you're going to be, use it as a leverage. Don't use it as it's taking over and I'm out of a job. Yeah.
Thank you so much. Yeah, appreciate the insight.
Sure.
عندي سؤال. هلا I think Zaka they provide training, right, about AI. Can you tell us more about like the whole kinds of training Zaka do?
Sure. So we have different types of trainings because we started initially back in 2019, and back then AI was mostly a technical topic. And no one outside of the development world actually cared about AI. So we have an AI bootcamp, which is like an introductory, technical introduction to the world of AI, because AI is a huge field. It's not like one specific thing, right? So we have that, and then we have a longer program called AI certification program that's meant to make you job ready in the field of AI. So you join with zero skills and knowledge in AI. You just have to know how to write code, and then you graduate as a machine learning engineer or data scientist, um, or data analyst as well. We have different tracks. So those are the technical terms. And then we have different, like for companies, we usually customize trainings based on their needs. So if they want to upskill their team on fine tuning LLMs, for example, we have this project as well. But then after ChatGPT was released, and then you have this wave of, AI becoming trendy and everyone's interested in AI. So it's not just this, 5-10% of the technical people. Now everyone wants to learn how to use AI. So we have, like in the last few years, we have released a lot of different programs that are non-technical, right? So it's not teaching you how to build AI, but mostly how to use AI. And these programs usually cover different industries. So we have, let's say, AI for legal, AI for marketing, AI for healthcare. And you teach people from that audience, first of all, what is AI? Because there's a lot of misconceptions and people confuse, AI as something different, right? So we do cover kind of the foundations, but then you go into the tools, prompt engineering, right? LLMs. How do you, how can I, as a person working in marketing, let's say, leverage these tools for my use case? And it's very fun because this is where you get to see people actually using AI. Um, like you have some practical examples of what they can do with AI. So we have a lot of programs there as well, from literally just ChatGPT mastery all the way to, like we have a 30-hour legal tech program that covers AI for legal, similarly to other fields as well. So yeah, that would be a quick intro, but I'm happy to dive deeper into specifics if anyone wants.
So interesting صراحة. So I want to leave also the floor for others يعني to ask ما تستحوا please. أسعد we cannot hear you. لا مش عم نسمع.
Yeah, we cannot hear you, Asad. ما بعرف شو صار.
لا not. And, I think Lara asked a question in the chat إذا بتحب تقرأ كريس.
Yeah, answering. So just check out our website, Zaka.ai. I think everything should be there. Or follow us on social media. We always share programs and activities you're doing on social media. So you can find us on any social media platform.
كان عندكم كمان event بالBDD I think 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, the career fair.
Yeah.
Yeah, so now, one of the, as I was saying, the AI certification program, graduates market-ready talent. So for us, it's not about just training you, and that's it. This program is training you for employability. So we want to make sure that after you finish your program, we help you find a job in one of the companies, because our role is not just on the education side. We want to connect the dots. That's why we are building this community. So we care about helping companies find talent, helping talent find the jobs, and this is where the connection happens. So right now we used to do career fairs online because we're a fully remote company, by the way. So Zaka is 100% remote. A lot of the things we do are online. A lot of the trainings are online trainings. So we used to do these virtual career fairs, and 2 weeks ago we did our first in-person large scale career fair. We invited more than 20 companies. We did it in partnership with BDD and Forward Bino, and we kind of brought together the community. It was a very interesting event. I think we had more than 1,000 people registered in terms of, it was open to the public, so anyone who wanted to connect with companies and be part of this can attend for free. Well, yeah, it was very nice. I don't know if anyone here attended the event, so if anyone did,
أنا
we have some
تسجلت
feedback.
أنا تسجلت بس بوقتها كان عندي كلاينت حكاني كرمال QA فقلت oh my god إن إجوا مع بعض.
No worries, next time.
إن شاء الله أكيد. أنت كنت موجود in person ولا؟
No, I'm not based in Lebanon, unfortunately. So كتير أوقات ما بكون على أساس نعملها physical.
Yeah.
دي ما بتزبط معي.
أكيد physical أحلى definitely. هاني يوسف مش عم يطلع حسكن شباب يلا ما تستحوا. سعد رجع مش حال الصوت عندك؟
تست
ايه
اوكي احسن
كان هيك.
بس so just want to know different services that you provide in Zaka if possible. Is it more training? Is it more implementation, infrastructure? Yeah. What is the goal? What's your vision? Well, partnership with other companies. Thank you.
Yes, thanks, Asad, for this question. So when we first started, we were purely focusing on training and education. And now we're actually expanded more the offerings. So we also support in hiring, as I was saying. So companies can recruit talent through us in AI specifically. And we also have a development team. So last year we started doing development work, and the goal is to also support companies in consulting and building solutions. So we have a lot of companies that reach out with, I want to implement AI, right? But they have no idea what AI is and what they need to do. So in a lot of cases, we help them build like a roadmap of what does AI for you look like for your company, for your use case, for your product, etc. And this can mean just like brainstorming and ideation and like a roadmap. It can also go into implementation where, okay, you need to implement this solution or whatever, and we can help them implement that. Um, our goal in a nutshell is to have more AI adoption in the region. So to do that, you have to upskill people, you have to raise the awareness because AI is still, even though everyone has heard of AI, if you talk to them exactly, go into details, you understand that they have no understanding of what AI is. There's a lot of misconceptions. There's a lot of AI we see in the movies and on the media. It's not the AI that actually we talk about, right? The word, I'm sure, Asad, you know, يعني, the word AI is a wrong word to use. In a lot of cases, you need to use data analytics or machine learning. Yani. It's not just AI. As an AI is just like used everywhere. So to take that hype around the word AI, and then translate it into actual uh, features, tasks, you know, product, whatever. So yeah.
And one opportunity عن جد كنا نحكي قبل ما يبلش الكول that is really underestimated إذا بدك شوي بلبنان هو إنه AI consume a lot of energy. Okay, so when you see at the data center level, كمبيوترات اللي فيها GPUs consume much more electricity than اللي ما فيها. So now one of the things that I'm putting in place infrastructure من ناحية of course you need it. It's costly. It's an investment. بس إنه if you ensure electricity و internet connectivity, cheap location to store, to secure the server. That's why I'm investing now more on the infrastructure side of AI. So I'm curious to know, for example, if a company wants to build local AI, what they do بلبنان من ناحية hardware, من ناحية electricity, من ناحية إذا مثلا they want to train on sensitive data or sensitive document.
As far as I know, no one is doing that. Maybe they are, but يعني people in Lebanon don't share a lot, so you don't know exactly what's happening. But people I've spoken with, I don't know anyone who is building whatever you're doing, Asad, يعني local data center in a way where they're training things and hosting things locally. I know a friend of mine who has a company that sells on-prem LLM solutions. That's, you know, on-prem for this means sometimes private cloud. So يعني مش إنه connecting to OpenAI's models, for example, whereas you have your own model deployed somewhere privately on your private cloud, and then you send it the data without going to outside providers.
So
But I don't know.
company are delegating the infrastructure.
Yeah, but I don't want to generalize because I don't know a lot. But well, from what I know, this is what it is. Yeah, I've never seen anyone do the hard road of building their own data center and working on the energy solution.
In terms of partnership, do you have some partnership with the provider of server GPUs or share?
Yes. So I'm also part of another company, founder of a company called Logix. It's a consultancy company out of the Gulf region. One of the products we have is called GPU Hub. And the idea is to democratize GPU access for the region. So what we do is we work with data centers around the world to resell their unused GPUs. So if you go to gpu-hub.cloud, you should be able to list, let's say, whatever type of GPU you need, and you can rent that on a per usage. You can pay per usage, or you can uh, reserve it for like a month, a year, whatever. Um, and then just like you use it anywhere else, but it's much cheaper. لأنه we don't offer the all the features of, let's say, AWS or the other providers. We just have GPUs, so you can pick a GPU, build a virtual VM around it with the specs you need, then use that to train or run your models. So it's usually cheaper than elsewhere.
I'm more interested into solution for long term خاصة type of solution deploy يعني مثلا chatbot on visited website support clients وهيك either with the RAG or trained direct with the documentation. So it can answer the question faster than having a RAG. خاصة بس يكون في conversation. That's quite interesting. بس بهالقصص إنه scaling up and down ما بس يكون في peaks of demand. The inputs get very expensive.
Yeah, exactly. At scale, it might make more sense for you to have your own solution instead of leveraging other providers. Yeah, 100%.
Nice. Annie, Yusuf, Sam.
I saw, I guess, Muhammad, someone opened a cam.
And then he left, I think, لأنه كان في I wanted to welcome him but he left. بس لأنه كان في conversation happening. It's okay. في كمان one of the questions على الفورم what's the difference between AI machine learning and deep learning? I'm really interested in AI but I'm not sure where to start. So
Yeah, that's a good question. So you can think about them as like you have a bigger circle called AI. Inside of the bigger circle, there's a circle called machine learning, and inside of that, there's deep learning. So AI is like this branch of science that includes basically techniques that we work on that enables machines to be smart. So AI is a big field. It can mean different things, but anytime you're trying to make a certain system become smarter, you're doing AI, right? This can
yes.
mean sometimes machine learning, robotics, stuff like that. So intelligence, so machine learning is which is like the group inside of the AI, right? It's a subfield of AI. Machine learning is actually a group of algorithms, right? We call them machine learning algorithms. Uh, since everyone here, I assume, is a coder, we all know what algorithms are, right? It's basically how we instruct a certain, like the computer to do things, right? We say,
Yes.
do this, execute that. If this condition is met, do this, etc. So the instructions are well coded into the system, and the system just executes them blindly, right? They don't have to think; they just execute them. But there are some tasks where you actually don't know what the rules are, right? I don't know exactly how to tell you how to do it, but I can show you. So machine learning are these algorithms where they learn from data. Instead of me having to tell you exactly what to do, let me show you an example of what I need the output to be. And then you figure out how to make it happen. And a great example of this is actually image classification, right? If I need to classify an image, this is a dog or a cat, how would I describe it in algorithm? How would I, write the code to tell you, look for, I don't know, these features, and if they're met, then it's a cat. It's not always easy. It's kind of an impossible thing to do. But I can just show you hundreds of millions of examples of images of cats, and I say this is a cat and this is a dog. And then you figure out, you as the algorithm, figure out what is the pattern that makes up a cat. So this is not possible through the traditional algorithms, right? Because you have to exactly give them the formula, give them the logic. Whereas machine learning algorithms, they learn this logic, they learn this formula from data. So machine learning is a group of algorithms that can extract patterns from data and use that to predict or to build like a model around it. And then within this machine learning circle, there's a subfield called deep learning, which are also an algorithm that learns from data. It just does it in a more optimized way, in a more advanced way, which is what we call the neural network. So it's deep learning because we're building deeper models, and that mimics the human brain. So, for example, we know that our brains have neurons that are connected together, and that's how we process and we store information. So, deep learning is basically building deep neural networks
Yes.
and giving them data and extracting values, but this is exactly done at a more deeper level. So, machine learning is like more of a simpler models, so you can solve simpler problems. But whenever you have more complicated problems, advanced problems like language, for example, right? LLMs, large language models, ChatGPT, they're all using deep learning. It's not possible with machine learning. Whenever you have deeper models, you can now extract deeper insights, deeper, harder problems, and then you do this at scale. So deep learning is this subfield of machine learning that uses a specific algorithm called neural network to actually do the same task. So that's the difference between AI, machine learning, and deep learning.
Thank you. Welcome ميلاد، إذا بتحب تفتح المايك وتعرفنا عن حالك. إذا عم تحكي you are muted ميلاد، بس إذا لا it's fine. إذا كمان عندك شي سؤال بتحب تسأله لكريس feel free please.
Hello.
أهلا وسهلا.
Hi. Sorry, كان عندي trouble mic. Thank you, Christoph. Thank you, Elias. It's Milad. I'm an account manager recently with Uber Middle East. Thank you for the session. Just wanted to join just to learn about machine learning, tech, everything from the tech perspective, because I work from the sales strategy office. So thank you.
Thanks for joining me.
إذا عندك أي سؤال feel free يعني it's an open session. Okay.
All good.
Okay. نرجع على الفور. كمان كانوا عم بيقولوا إذا بدنا نبلش هلا like to learn AI where we can start from, like يعني what is the first thing that we should learn هلا.
I think before you start, before you decide to learn, just understand why you're learning this, right? Because there are different routes. AI is not, again, one thing that you can get to it directly. It can be through, okay, do I want to build AI models and train these things, or just I want to become a user of AI and integrate it into my work and into my life. So if you're building AI, as I said, you have to learn how to code, you have to learn data foundations, machine learning foundations, algorithms, and then go through this route of technically building AI. And there's a lot of courses online, a lot of resources that help people, um, build AI systems. And if you just like most people don't want to take this route, right? Most people they just want to use AI into their work and their life. So in that case, I would say just use these tools. There plenty of AI tools out there. Figure out the ones that would make sense to your job, to your role, and then leverage those tools. Experiment with them, try them out, and then become a user of these tools because they're gonna help you a lot. They're gonna make you more efficient and then you know. It's productive as well. Um, so in that case, just a matter of using them, getting this practical experience. You might find some courses on them, but most likely you don't need to courses as much as you need to just jump on the stool and try things out, just experiment. For example, Mined is not a technical person. He doesn't want to learn how to build AI solutions, but I'm sure he can leverage AI in his sales work, right? So maybe he already uses ChatGPT, for example, or maybe not. But I encourage him to use these tools. They're out there, right? Just like no one today doesn't use any form of software in their job, right? Can you imagine a job that doesn't require at least some form of technology? So, either connected to the internet or some tools, even if they're not technical people and writing codes, everyone uses email, right? Outlook to send email. Everyone uses uh, document, Word to write some ideas or share some documents. So these tools have become part of every task, every job. Now imagine those tools getting smarter, and that's what AI is, right? People tend to think that AI is this completely separate box that, okay, I have this and then I have AI. But actually, AI is just a small feature in a specific product that is actually making that product smarter. So everyone is going to be using AI, whether they want it or not, whether they like it or not, whether they knew it or not. They are using AI anyway. Um, and those software that you're using, instead of you having to do everything, now you can ask it to do it for you. So they're just getting a bit smarter, but we are using them. So there's no reason and kind of fighting this transformation. Yeah, because I see in some people, yeah, I don't need ChatGPT. I can do it myself, for example, which is fine, great, you can do it, but maybe just do it faster with ChatGPT and then spend your time doing more things. This is kind of the idea that you have to keep in mind.
هلا على سيرة هيدي كنت عم بقرا study عملوها MIT إنه قسموا people three groups can feel like exercise they want to do. ما بعرف إذا شفته.
I think I know what you're saying, but continue.
ايه بس انه كانوا عم بيقولوا انه الاشخاص اللي استعملوا اي البرين اكتيفيتي تبعهم كانت كتير قليله بالنسبه للاشخاص اللي ما استعملوا اي تول او استعملوا بس شوي مش لايك فولي. سو I think كمان يعني بدنا نحكي شوي عن negative effects of AI. بس ما بعرف اذا انت you agree with this انه كمان our brains انه معودين مثلا يحلوا اكسرسايز. هلا مثلا انا بتذكر لما كنت بالمدرسه كنت اعمل جدول ضرب، كنت اتعلم اعمل بايدي. هلا مثلا نو نيد، عرفت كيف؟ ف what do you think of that يعني؟ شو رايك؟
That's a very good point. Obviously, I'm not saying ما في any disadvantages or any potential threats as a بدك or concerns from AI. Obviously, it's not a perfect technology and it's not a great thing. But I think it's not just about AI. This is the same question can be asked about technology in general. Yeah, right. AI is one form of technology. But if you go back, let's say 20 years before Google was invented or was created, um, you can argue, and okay, before then you didn't have access to information that easily, so you had to learn and في skills معينة كنت عندك إياها, right? Nowadays you can just open your phone in 2 seconds. You can have access to any information from all of the internet. So somewhat argue إنه why would I even learn anything يعني? Why would I memorize anything? إنه خلاص it's out there. Just like okay, calculators. We used to learn how to do things. Now you can just go to a calculator and do it. So it doesn't mean just because you have the knowledge to do like a big calculations doesn't mean you have to spend 3 hours to get to a number where you can just upload it to a calculator. So I feel like you need to know how to do the calculations and just to build this mindset. But also no one now spends time doing like multiplications because you can just do it in a second using calculator. But understanding how to do something and doing it are two separate things. Um, let's take a simple example. I should know how to write an email that if I needed to, but I shouldn't spend like 15 minutes writing an email if I can do it in 30 seconds using ChatGPT, right? So I feel like the main issue is not all of us here. I think like new students, people who haven't learned how to properly write, if they grow up using ChatGPT to write emails, then these people are not building the skills that they need to build. So yeah, that's unfortunate for sure. And that's why kids need to be monitored in how they're using like these LLMs and these AI tools in order to make sure that they're not fully offloading the logic and the reasoning to these tools. That actually they learn how to do it, and then they can decide to put their time into a more useful, productive task. But again, I think it's also a mindset thing. Some people who are lazy, they can think, okay, if I have all this technology I can rely on, there's no need for me to learn anything. So then they're not going to learn how to think and how to research and how to do whatever. They're going to offload all of that to technology and then they're going to sit on a couch watching TV or whatever all day. And people who don't have this lazy mindset might think of it differently. They might say, okay, I now have more tools to leverage to become better. I can 10x my output just because, let's say I could give you a quick example. I learned everything to do with AI just by going online and reading things, right? So I could have said, okay, I don't know anything. I could just Google stuff and get it done, or I can use it to access information and to learn things. So people can leverage this technology and become, better. So it's more of a mindset thing, in my opinion.
Yes.
So yeah, definitely, if you're leveraging ChatGPT to do your tasks, you're not activating your brain. And that's known. But maybe some tasks you don't need to really activate your brain. You can offload them so that you can actually save your brain power for other tasks, right?
Yeah.
This is how I would see it. So learn how to work with technology. Don't rely on it, but don't be afraid of it because it's not going away anytime soon.
Yes. هاي محمد. فعلا محمد. طيب.
يجي 5 دقايق ويسلم محمد. You have to
هاي
catch
ليال.
him.
هاي ليال، كيفك؟ ويلكم. لو بتحب تفتح المايك. إذا عندك كمان شي question أو بتحبي تعرفين عن حالك.
I have a question.
Yes, Milad.
Yes, for Christoph. Christoph, how do you keep up with the new learnings in AI? Like, is there any go-to website or specific influencer yani, on YouTube channel or anything just to keep up with the latest trends in AI or the learnings? For example, now I know that AI agents are a thing, like using NAN or Make.com and those stuff. So would really appreciate your view on that. Thank you.
Sure. That's a question I get all the time. And let me start by saying that I barely keep up. It's a very crazy field. So it's my full-time job and I don't even keep up. So it's okay to feel like you're not keeping up. No one's keeping up. And it's an illusion that we're all actually keeping up. But what I do is I subscribe to a lot of newsletters because I'm so busy with work. I don't even have time to go and browse social media and read things. So usually it lands in my inbox. So I have to kind of uh, read it when I'm going through emails. So, and at some point, like all the news converge to specific things. Like, for example, you don't need to go to a specific website to know that agents are now a cool thing because everyone's talking about them. And by the way, agents are like, it's funny when people talk about agents because it's just the word of the year. يعني. هلا قررنا نحكي عن agents, but they're actually LLMs that can execute something. So it's nothing specific, but this industry likes to come up with terms to sound like, with the marketing terms, right? So agent is this year's word. And wait a few months, it's going to become something else, but it's nothing fancy. It's the same. Um, يعني my point هو انه sometimes we come up with new words to say the same thing, but people feel like, oh, that's completely new because when you're from the outside, you don't know what's happening. So you feel like, okay, I'm missing out on a lot of things. But it's actually whatever we had last year, add a new concept or new idea, and then you have a new word to use. So when ChatGPT was released, like everyone who did not follow this was like, oh my God, we have an AI that can actually surpass humans and whatever. But if you're actually in the field, you know that before ChatGPT, there was GPT-3. Before that, there was GPT-2 and GPT-1. And so we gradually got to a point where we have ChatGPT. So it wasn't surprising for us that we actually have a model that can answer questions and chat in a human-like way. From the outside, it seemed like, oh my God, AI is here. Suddenly we have this revolution. Same thing with agents and all of these terms. It's a gradual change towards them, right? So if you follow what's happening, you understand that eventually, like, there's not, yeah, we will not wake up tomorrow with suddenly something completely new that we have in our lives. It's going to be gradual incremental changes from what you have today, and so it kind of makes it easy to keep up with what's happening. I don't know if I answered your question. I'm just trying to show you how to approach these big
Yes,
terms.
yes, I get it. Thanks a lot. But like, do you think like it's more of a marketing? Like, no, people like speak about AI agents, and you're telling me that it used to be there before. Like, is those startups or new companies are boosting and marketing in order for the average people, non-tech people like me, for example, to use them, or like why a lot of people are speaking about it now?
Yeah, I mean, okay, just to be clear, مش عم بقول agents were here for a long time, but what I'm saying is definitely, yes, everyone plays into this marketing hype because everyone wants to, be relevant, right? If you're fundraising nowadays, you need to mention these words because that's what investors would want to hear. But, 2 years ago, you could do agents, right? It's just that we didn't call them agents because we were still in the hype of LLMs and large language models, whatever. Now, when we take this LLM, instead of asking it a question and it gives me answers, it can now execute things. It can automate stuff. So I can say to ChatGPT, book this flight to whatever, and it's going to go and book the flight. So this is what an agent is, right? It's just an LLM that executes things. So think about it. It's an LLM plus some coding, some action taking. Yani. I'm trying to simplify it, but the idea is, it's nothing completely new. Yani. But we're slowly moving towards smarter AI systems, smarter agents that can do more things, that are integrated more into our lives, that understand more about us. And it's a gradual change. But yeah, the easiest way to keep up is just read news and try not to get too much into the marketing terms, right? Try to understand exactly, okay, well, what are you doing? Because it's easy to just throw big words, but at the end of the day, what's the technology that you're using? It's rather something that is known.
Okay.
Thank you, Milad.
Thank you, Christoph.
Sure.
أنا عندي سؤال لك كريس. Gemini or ChatGPT, what do you prefer?
Like every model is good at something. I never really went into comparing all of them. I still use ChatGPT because I started using ChatGPT since the first day it came out, and just because I think from a product perspective, ChatGPT is still the best product. I'm not saying the LLM is good. Again, in some cases, Claude might be better or Grok or whatever. But no, for me, I'm used to ChatGPT كinterface and features وهيك. So I still use it. But by no means do I say it's the best. يعني, I'm aware that it might not be the best. But at the end of the day, it's a tool. يعني. Just like you tell me, do you use Microsoft Word or Google Doc or Notepad? يعني, it's just a tool that I use. And I'm aware that maybe هذه عندها feature أحسن من هاي. But at some point, خلاص, it's the same thing. What I care about is some LLM that can give me some output. ثابت in ChatGPT has all the history كمان. I've been speaking with it for like 2 years. So في له شيء سريع شوي what kind of answers I'm looking into. It's more efficient to just go and use it for things.
Yes.
And this is important. يعني. I think this is part of why um, يعني, companies like want to keep users. And once you have users, يعني, market share and if they acquired a certain user for some time, خلاص هيتعود على التول فاعطيها الانفورمation. Answers become more optimized. يعني I don't have to explain to ChatGPT what Zaka does and what I'm doing. بقول له Zaka is we're doing a new project اعطيني ما بعرف شو. خلاص he understands شو Zaka شو بنعمل what we do where we operate كلها details. So the answers are become more tailored to what I'm looking for. Why would I go and bring this elsewhere يعني? But if I'm starting from scratch today, I don't know which tool I would use. يعني. So now we have Google Workspace accounts. So Gemini would make more sense than it's integrated into Drive, Calendar, and everything. Asad has a different opinion, I feel.
It's very interesting. It's amazing to share the same opinion. بس حدا جرب هلا كودكس الكودينج بروجكت.
Nope. أنا ما جربت.
Did you try it?
No, أنا لا.
وأنا كمان.
It's amazing لأنه مثلا هيدي من القصص اللي بتفرجي كمان الأوبن اي اي عندهم يعني بالبرودكت تبعهم they care about how it integrates with everything else. يعني مثلا coding agent في كلود وفي جيميناي في products لا OpenAI بس OpenAI is the first one to integrate GitHub, so you can basically assign the task to codecs. You can some codecs will the code and have a pull request or merge request for traceability.
Yes.
You can comment as well. You can add it مثلا time you push the code. He will review the code and automatically detect if there is some kind of bugs the code being pushed. So it's quite impressive feature. Although you can do the same with Claude and Gemini, but they are not that well integrated with GitHub. So I tried it fully. مع كل الفيتشرز اللي فيه. It's crazy. It's really crazy. Next level.
Nice.
But I love coding a lot, but when I see how fast AI can code instead of so I'm just giving some tasks for AI to do. صرت أكتر إنه manager يعني أعمل هيك this, and I just do the pull request and merge request. It's quite impressive.
Yeah, I've read somewhere, like in the near future, مثلا, we'll be managing a group of AI agents. So بنصير احنا more like the HR for these agents. So your task would be more, give them the task, manage their output, and they'll do it for you. And you're just an orchestrator of, telling them what to do and then making sure it's done. And this is how your job would be. And whether in coding or anything else. Yeah.
Yeah.
it's exactly the case. I tried just for كان بدي اكتب بلوج بوست عن الموضوع بس I didn't have time yet. I tried to do an application from A to Z just using prompt. الفكره انه العالم بيفكروا انه using AI for coding is like okay اعمل لي application بتعمل شرفني restaurant reservation. It's not like that. You have to give them, you have to give guidance. You have to say مثلا حتى features كده عاملينها بكودكس. مثلا even for the UI, you can say بدي UI to book a restaurant. Okay. You can ask GPT to generate 5 different UIs. كل واحد عنده look and feel different, and then you can refine and get several designs, and you say I want this, but I want to include this feature from the other design. Okay, so then you go in the rabbit hole of one prompt after another. Sometimes they have bugs. Not the generated code is fully working, but at least the iteration is much faster than I have a team of 20 developers, and they were stunned when they see what I can do with GPT. They were afraid that they lose their job, but it's not the discussion. It's about how they can accelerate and how to be more productive, especially for tasks that are boring for a human, مثلا documentation or UI details and stuff like this.
Wow. Exactly. Yeah, interesting. Maybe in the future we'll have more advanced agents that can code things for you more advancedly, but I'm not sure if we should completely delegate all of the coding to AI eventually and not having to learn it. Because at some point, what if something breaks? You don't want to lose this understanding of how these systems are working and fully rely on automating everything. Yeah. No.
Nice. Any more questions? Please feel free to ask. Anyone is welcome to ask. Yes, Milad.
Yes, my question is for Christoph. Like, it's very easy to use ChatGPT to have a better email to optimize certain things, but like I would love to hear maybe if you can make it simple to us. Like, how did you leverage, for example, or an example using the GPTs on ChatGPT, like in terms of productivity, and how much did it save time, or and also how can you find the work in which like ChatGPT can help you?
So the second question is actually it's up to you. Up to you and your creativity and your level of experimentation. So it's not like I put a list of here's the things that ChatGPT can help me and then I tackle it. It's more like I start with my problems. Anytime I have a problem, I go to ChatGPT. It's becoming like almost look. I always joke about it in the team. It's like my best friend. So literally any type of problem, I throw it at ChatGPT first, and I see what it gives me. If it's enough, okay, perfect. If it's not, I go and figure it out on my own. So whether so I use it a lot for proposal writing, because I write a lot of proposals, and it's just I have the ideas in mind. I don't want to spend time writing it in a nice way, and it takes a lot of time. So I just go to ChatGPT. I upload, let's say, a document that has the details of the RFP and whatever, and I say, okay, here's the proposal I need. Help me. Let's brainstorm. What could we provide? What would be the outline for this program? What would be the features required? And because we're always kind of biased in our brain, sometimes we forget details or we, not pay attention to something. What I like about ChatGPT is it's always kind of helping me look at the big picture and not forget small detail. So I start there. Sometimes I have a leadership idea. Like, for example, I have a problem at the team. I need to figure out what should I do. Um, I need someone to think about it, but I don't know where to go and who to ask. So I just go to ChatGPT and say, here's the problem I have. Here's the issue that we were facing. How do you think we can approach it? And I'm not saying that it gives me the answer, but it helps me think about it clearly because by providing some different options and different routes, it helps me think, do I want this or do I want that? And it's great at kind of supporting decisions. So it's just ideation, brainstorming. Um, so yeah, like whenever you have any problem, whether it's a technical problem, I don't know how to do this, or a ideation problem or a brainstorming problem, try to tackle it with an LLM, ask it about it, and see what it tells you. And you can figure out eventually which tasks they're good at and which tasks you don't need to go there, you can just do it yourself. Um, yeah, that's what I would say about that.
Nice.
Thank you.
أنا كمان حابب أعرف شوي about for example trainings at Zaka. أنا صراحة I'm interested كتير. So I would like to كمان ask you, Chris, is you provide like career mentorship, like for example, using AI in software testing or something like that.
Um, yeah, we've never done any program around AI for software testing. Um, بس for the career part, yes, نحن يعني one of our programs, as I said, is employability, training for employability. So when people who take this program, they also get career support services from us, where we help them build their CVs and highlight their experience, prepare for the interview process, all of these things to help them enter the job market in the field. So we do offer these things. Um, by the way, مثلا احنا هون we built like a small tool that helps you build your CV using Gen AI solutions. يعني. So it's a tool for our students. They go, they upload their CV, and they get immediately detailed feedback on their
Yes.
CVs, what they need to change. Because we noticed that this took a lot of our time, and in a lot of cases كانوا basic changes. يعني make sure you list your experience بهالطريقة. Make sure you mention this. Make sure you write, your email. Basic things. People, you'd be surprised how much time they waste on creating those things. So instead of us having to have كأننا شخص يعني, just her job was to kind of go over the CVs and give them feedback. And when you have a cohort of 100 people, it takes a long time for something that's so mundane. يعني. So we build this, we call it the career wizard. They go, they upload their CV, and it gives them automatic feedback. And they keep on refining this until they reach a certain score that makes it, okay, it's a pass. And it's one of the tasks you have to do in the program to actually graduate. And we did also something similar for LinkedIn. يعني under the career wizard, you have the CV wizard and the LinkedIn wizard. And it's the same thing. LinkedIn, you give it your LinkedIn profile. It goes, it analyzes it, and it gives you recommendations of how you can improve your LinkedIn profile for the purpose of getting a job. Put this picture, write this tag, add this experience, whatever. Um, so yeah, I don't know how we got here, but again, we do support career, like we
أنا
provide career
صراحة
services.
أنا صراحة I'm open for collaboration about AI in QA and software. هلا عم بشتغل على كذا شغلة كمان بالشركة طلبوا مني أحضر presentation about it because I was working on few things by integrating AI into the testing. So إذا بتحبش نهار يعني I can show you we can also collaborate on that. I would love that يعني.
Absolutely. Why not? I'm always interested in this intersection of AI with specific field. لأنه بالنهاية AI is nothing that's like a separate standalone thing. The AI is just, uh, how it integrates with a certain technology, with a certain field,
Yes.
what you can do with it. So absolutely. Let's have that discussion.
Perfect. Any more questions, guys? Okay. I think we're already on time. So if there's no more questions, I would like to thank you a lot, Chris, Amjad, for your time. You answered the questions more than enough, I think, for me at least. And also, I would like to thank everyone who was part of this. And yeah, thank you so much, guys. Hope you have a good day.
Thank you, everyone. Well, yeah, hopefully this was useful. Have a great day.
It was very useful. Thank you, Chris.
All right. Bye bye.
Bye.